Well, I think that it's a critical decision these days in terms of big global organizations and which media agency they align with. It's actually become much more high profile within the client companies because globalization and convergence are probably the two biggest things that are affecting their business currently. And broadly speaking, I think the agencies are really looking for, clients are really looking for which of the agencies are organized in a way, both in terms of the consistency they deliver, but also in terms of the local relevance that they can deliver. How can they organize in the way that meets the needs of and the changing needs of their brands globally and their business globally? One of the things that I think is interesting is you go back 10 years, even maybe even 5 years, most of the really big clients around the world, 85% of their revenue and their profit flowed from around 10 different countries. So obviously US, Big Five in Europe and the BRICS, you could argue there were their priorities. What's happened now is that's expanded to maybe 30 countries around the world that become really important from a strategic basis. Basically because the European countries are still important from a historic scale and profitability perspective, but they're not going to get any growth. North America and US specifically has proved actually quite resilient, but is still going to be low single-digit growth. So if they look at their business plans for the next 5-10 years, most of their growth is going to come from BRIC and Next 20. All of them are also looking for who really has digital integrated into the center of the way that they think and the center of the way that they work. Convergence in terms of media has become the single biggest issue that's bringing together the way that we communicate and the way that we sell. The point of connection and the point of transaction through media is getting closer and closer and closer together and more measurable. And media is starting to become a genuine driver of value, a genuine driver of sales, as well as historically what it's been is a cost. So they're looking for organizations that can deliver real consistency and control. They're looking for local relevance, and they are also looking for digital absolutely integrated into the heart of everything that the media agency does. It's integrated into the solutions in a really holistic way. And also, they absolutely have the technical specialist expertise to implement, which has always been a big issue, and then can bring together those specializations in a really integrated way. And then finally, which is honestly what clients are always looking for, is people. Have they got the right people in the right places, in their most important markets, in their faster growing markets, in their central team? Have they got the people that really understand our brand? Have they got the people with the gravitas? Have they got the people that can go out and do deals with the big digital platforms? Are these the people that can advise not just the head office, not just the central team? Are they able to provide advice out to all our people, all our organizations right across the world? And that's really, really important because the number of options that are out there, the choices that are out there for brands into where they should spend their money are just almost out of kilter with that organization's capability and resources to be able to deal with it. So they need a real partner that can help, not just again centrally, but out in the markets, be able to take the right decisions, to prioritize brutally, to make sure that they're aligned into the global strategy of the brand whilst actually reflecting the local needs of its consumers. So, people, as always, are a critical issue. And I guess the one thing that I should mention, which I imagine that, a lot of people will mention, of course, is, of course, being able to deliver efficiency and effectiveness in terms of value, both in terms of media pricing and of course in terms of being able to be efficient in the way that we run and operate. Now, my contention, which might be interesting for debate, and I suspect there'll be a significant debate around the role of procurement. I actually think procurement can be a really positive thing. I think procurement has a really valuable role to play. It shouldn't be the reason that a company decides to work with an agency that is based purely on the financial aspects of that deal. The financial aspects, the rigor around the cost effectiveness of the media that is delivered and the cost effectiveness of the service that's delivered, should be an important hygiene factor and an important determinant of can we actually work with these people. But the determination of who you actually really want to work with is driven by that fact. The organisation being able to drive the consistency, digital integrated, and having the right people. Those are the key things. So finally, I hope you all have a great Digibate. I would ask you to really be provocative, really think about the issues are out there, because media is more important to business at the moment. It's not always treated in the right way, but strategically, there is almost nothing more important than actually positioning yourself in the right way in media over the next 2 or 3 years. And I just hope you have a really lively, entertaining debate. And thank you very much for inviting me along. Thanks.